There is a brand new bass fishing tournament trail that just launched today that is going to be competing for big, big money. We're going to talk about it. Brand new, announced today, June 19th, 2024, is the Ultimate Angler World Championship. Just announced that they'll be partnering with the state of Alabama, their Department of Natural Resources, as well as the city of Scottsboro, Alabama. They're going to be coming to us in 2025. So, not this coming fall, but a year from now, October 5th to 11th. They are going to be hosting a big, big dollar event on Lake Gunnersville, Alabama, which is known to have some big boat tournaments in regards to numbers. This one's going to be mighty interesting. So stick with us. We're going to tell you why. So before we get into the specifics of this event, you've noticed there's been a bunch of different trails that have been launching in the past few years, from the Traveling Anglers Association, which had their first event with no live scope, no practice. This past year, you've seen the $1 million tournament that the Bass Pro Shops has put on. This is following that, but this actually has a little bit of legs that we might not have seen in recent, where it's backed by some pretty big time pros, actually has a qualifying aspect to it. And if legit, there's some really big money behind this and could be something to be moving on for years to come and be exactly what we have wanted in the past, to have Major League Fishing and Bassmaster Elite Series come together and compete. There are more trails involved in the qualifying of it, but we're going to get into that later. Now, the tournament rules is what is going to make this tournament interesting. We've all seen the whole argument over forward facing sonar in the past year to 2 years. We're not even going to get into that, but this tournament is not allowing the usage of forward facing sonar. So, similar to the recent trail of the Touring Anglers Association, there's 2 days of practice allowed. The tournament is going to be 3 days. So, I think the October 5th to the 11th, I think that is factoring in practice days here. I don't think it's going to be a 6, 7 day event as they're calling for. But then again, things can change. We are looking to actually get someone on the Serious Angler podcast to talk and lay out all the details, the nitty gritties, because there are still some questions up in the air about how this event's going to be run. The format of this event is going to be 5 fish per day. This is not going to be an every fish counts like the Bass Pro Tour. They are choosing the 5 fish limit and believe those 5 fish will be brought to the scales, not weighed on the boat. The next rule that they have is the highest finishing UP member, assuming UP means Ultimate Pro. I don't have that specified here. Member in all sanctioned events qualify for the Ultimate Angler Championship. Rule 4.1, which coincides with this, is in case of double qualification, we will go down to the next highest finishing member. So there's some trickle down there. And the last rule they have stated here on their website, which I will drop down below if you guys want to see for yourself, is they have a detailed tournament rules that will be sent to all participants. So it's not available for the public at this moment. Now, the payout structure, this is what makes this tournament very interesting. So the payout for this: first place, $500,000. Second place, $130,000. So I believe this goes down to, this is going to be their championship event. I do believe this is how you qualify. All the way down to 10th place is 25 grand. So pretty steep drop, but that is a giant payout for a bass fishing tournament, almost to that of the Bass Pro Shops $1 million tournament that you could compete for. Each day will have a big bass payout of $10,000. So there is some decent money in going for big fish, and a grand total of $1,322,500 will be payout at the end. But here's the asterisk. Here's the asterisk I want to point out to you guys right here. There is a line here at the bottom that says, if more than 5,000 members register, the Ultimate Angler payout will be increased. So what does that actually mean? There needs to be some specification here. Does that mean they need 5,000 members to register in order to hit these payouts? If not, this is a great thing. If it requires them to have 5,000 members, that is a tall task to ask. Not saying you can't achieve that, because in the world of tournament bass fishing, I'm sure there are 5,000 people that are willing to sign up for this. But then again, are there even 5,000 enough that are willing and are eligible to qualify for this? So looking forward as a fan, as a pro, I would love to see that this does not require 5,000 people signed up for it in order to be able to pay out this much. Would love to see who's behind backing it if it is. But hopefully, this payout is guaranteed and not just a tease for tournament anglers that are looking to become involved. So now you're probably asking who's eligible to fish this, because I'm sure there's a lot of guys in Alabama that are trying to hop in this thing that might live near Gunnersville, things like that. There's probably a lot of people that want to just go fish for that big money. That's why we're tournament anglers. We throw the money in for a chance to win big money. So in 2024, the sanctioned events to qualify are the MLF League, meaning the Bass Pro Tour, Invitationals, BFLs, Toyotas. It says the Bass League, that would be the Elite Series, the Opens, Bass Nation. I don't know where that draws in the Bass Nation. I mean, I don't know if that means down to your local series. It simply just says Bass Nation. Maybe it's if you qualify for the Bass Nation Championship. Again, these are questions that we need to have answered. One Bass, so it's nice to see that West Coast getting some recognition there to qualify into this. The ABA Top 150 Solos, Alabama Bass Trail, the National Professional Fishing League, and the Traveling Anglers Association. So cool to see that recognition all down to the TAA. And in 2025, that sanctioned event list actually grows down to the college level. So now you can have college event or college level anglers that can qualify for this event. And the site, like I mentioned, I'll link down below. It actually gives a list of the specific event locations where you can actually qualify. How that means you qualify, whether that means you win or a top 3 or top 5, I do not know just yet. That is more information that we're going to need from this organization to see how these people can even qualify for this event. So this championship's big. $500,000 on the line for first place, a grand total of $1.3 million being totally paid out to the anglers, which is pretty dang impressive. Paying out all the way down to 100th place for, granted, $1,000. I don't know if there's entry fee. I don't know if this is a free to enter if you qualify. Those aren't said in the rules or being available to the public just yet. If this is a no entry fee event, one, that is incredible. No entry fees to go and try and win this event and win $500,000. That's big time. That's something I think these anglers would be absolutely drooling to be a part of. And what this is going to do, depending on how the qualification process works, if it's winner of these events, if it is top 3, again, we don't know that, like I mentioned. What this is going to do is take the best leagues across the country, the best anglers, and put them in an event to go head to head, something that we as bass fishing fans have been wanting for so long, specifically talking about the Major League Fishing Bass Pro Tour and the Bassmaster Elite Series, seeing the best of the best go head to head. Given that those anglers are willing to participate, this is going to provide exactly that. I don't know what angler is going to say no to trying to go and compete for $500,000. But depending on how this works out, I can definitely tell you there's going to be some people that are trying their dang best to get into some of these tournament trails for 2025 to try and qualify for this event. Again, October of 2025, not this coming October. So you still have over a year to try and get in on this event. And I'm sure there's a lot more information to come from this. And I can assure you here at Serious Angler, we're doing our very best to get someone on the show on a full podcast, get all the details possible. That way, if you're looking to follow along in the event or you're an angler looking to participate, that you have all the information that you need. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this little news segment here. Going to try to do more of those to bring you guys up to speed on the things that are going on in the bass fishing and just the fishing industry in general, especially with the Ultimate Angler World Championship being introduced today. It's going to be interesting to see what goes on. We'll drop their social media links and such down below so you guys can also follow along. We're excited to see what comes from this. If you have questions for that person, that representative from the Ultimate Angler World Championship that you want to ask on the podcast when we have that show, please drop them down below in the YouTube comments, send them to us on social media, email us, and I will be sure to ask those on the show. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Like, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.